Hi and welcome to this episode of JohnRayner.tv. We're going to continue with our series, How to Prepare World-Class Public Speeches and Presentations. This is part 7. If you're interested in the previous 6 parts or 6 videos, just visit JohnRayner.tv and click on the videos link and you can find the previous videos as part of this series there. In this episode, we're going to look at specifically the top box. I've used the acronym HK. It's not for Hong Kong, even though I like the place, been there many times. This is for housekeeping. And it's fascinating to me how so many public speakers and presenters, as soon as their time starts, they get straight into the vehicle, they get straight into 5th gear, and they're hoping, almost, wishing on a prayer that their audience are on the same page without gauging or building the ambience, so to speak, and the environment and controlling the environment and the room. So the housekeeping is literally putting the key in the ignition. It's not even warming the engine. We can do that in the next boxes. We are purely putting the key in the ignition, understanding that when people are there, or our audiences are listening to us at the beginning of any public speech or presentation, their minds are thinking 1,000 or at least hundreds or at least dozens of other thoughts. And so it's our responsibility to tone things down a little, get in the vehicle, in other words, the room with the audience, and put the key in the ignition with the housekeeping. What is housekeeping? It's pleasantries like hi, welcome, thanks, mentioning your name if required. Not your resume, not your profile professionally, but just your name. Maybe you need to acknowledge some people in the room, dignitaries, people of influence, people who you know, to reconnect with them and build a little rapport with some in the audience before you try to inform or influence and persuade the majority of the audience. It might be setting the time limits. It might be letting people know up front that you really encourage a healthy, positive, outcomes-driven conversation. So you welcome relevant. The key is relevant interaction. Don't say questions, don't say interruptions. You really welcome and you encourage positive and relevant, again, relevant interaction or questions of relevance. Why do I say that? Because if someone tries to hijack your public speech or your presentation or your meeting a little further down the track, with a smile and kindly and gently you can remind that person that the agreement in the housekeeping was that all questions and interactions should be relevant to the topic or to the point in hand. So anyway, hope this helps. Make sure that when you're giving a public speech or a presentation or chairing or facilitating a meeting, make sure you bring everything down with the housekeeping. It's putting the key in the ignition just so that you can ensure that everyone's on the same page before you actually start to warm the engine. All right, see you on the next episode of JohnRayner.tv.